Bow down before my psycho power.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I want to talk about EVO and just everything that you need to know and probably should know going into this event. The special thing about EVO this time around, first off, EVO hasn't happened in 2 years. The real EVO. I'm not talking about online, internet, netcode. I'm talking about offline, in person. It's been 2 years and so much has changed. I will mention this again because it seems like people still don't know this, or maybe they don't know how this happened, but EVO is under new ownership. It's half owned by Sony and it's half owned by RTS. That is basically a company that specializes in streaming video games online, esports if you will. And Pokimane is the co-owner of RTS, which basically means she's the co-owner of EVO. I'll say that again. Here's a tweet. Pokimane leads RTS as co-founder and chief creative officer. By announcing her position at talent management firm RTS, Twitch streamer Pokimane has inadvertently revealed that she co-owns EVO. So once again, RTS co-owns EVO with Sony, and Pokimane is the co-owner of RTS. Now, Pokimane did say she would be in attendance. Her tweet says, "I'll be at TwitchCon EU in Amsterdam and EVO in Las Vegas." Now, I don't know if she still will actually be there. There was a recent clip of her from the stream where she basically said, "Nigga." She put out this tweet. It's a big paragraph. I'm not going to read it because this video is really just focused on EVO, but I'll play the clip and you guys can decide for yourself whether or not she said it.
Do you want the close wall or the far wall again?
I know what abilities I have.
With the new owners out of the way, let's talk about the stream schedule. After the stream schedule, I will be talking about some drama that was happening with the seating, and Nee was upset, Chickerin was upset, a bunch of people were upset, and they felt like EVO was playing favorites. I will talk about that in a second, but before I do, let's talk about the stream schedule because I know a lot of people want to know where can they watch and when. So here you have, what is this? Friday, August 5th. So you have special events, panels, interview, Guilty Gear Strive, Grand Blue, Tekken 7 pools starts at 6 p.m. on Friday. And it goes all the way until 10 p.m. Vortex Gallery Tournament. I have no idea what this is, but this is going all day. Scrolling down, now we're at Saturday, August 6th. Tekken 7, this is when the pools really kicks up. And I'm guessing this is Pacific Standard Time because Vegas is in LA. So just translate Pacific Standard Time 10 a.m. to wherever your region is at. Tekken 7 from 10 a.m. all the way until 6 p.m. And then it takes like a 30-minute break, maybe an hour. And then top 48 to 8 happens, and that ends at 6 p.m. or 10 p.m. I have to mention it again, but Mortal Kombat really has fallen so far. All of these games are in front of it. Truly sad. Now, main event, this is Sunday, August 7th. King of Fighters, 10 a.m., 1 p.m. Tekken 7, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I don't know if they will do announcements for Tekken 8, but if they are, it probably will be, I want to say after top 8. We'll see. We'll see if Harada and Michael Murray tweets anything. I'll do an update video if necessary. But from there, you have 5 p.m., 8 p.m. Street Fighter, 8 p.m., 11 p.m. Guilty Gear Strive. Now, Capcom has said already that they will show a Street Fighter 6 trailer, so that probably will take place at 8 p.m. So we will have Street Fighter 6 confirmed. Whether or not Michael Murray or Harada will announce anything Tekken related is yet to be seen. Okay, now for this portion of the video, I want to dive into the drama, the things the players were upset about, and why people feel like EVO was kind of given some bias, and just some other little news tidbits, things we could possibly see in the future, and yada yada yada. But if you're watching up to this point, please hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel. 4K how quickly can we hit it? The channel has been growing very rapidly, and I thank everyone who's been supportive. Smash that like button, hit subscribe. The first thing that I want to talk about in this section of the video, Markman has set up a kissing booth. Oh wait, no, this is not a kissing booth. This is a photo booth. You can go and take a picture with Markman if you're there walking around. Something else that I want to mention, I just seen people throwing this out. So Nintendo pulled Smash. Once Sony PlayStation said they owned it, Nintendo pulled Smash Bros, Brawl, and Ultimate, Melee, everything. And at first people was like, oh man, Smash. But now people are like, well, can Multiversus take its place? Now this year it's too late, but next year, will Multiversus take the spot of Smash? I think the current trajectory it's on, it definitely will do so. This game is massive. I'm pretty sure you guys seen the numbers already, but 100,000 players on right now. This game is massive. Now we'll see if it can keep this level of hype over a full year. I think it will, but even if the player base gets chopped in half, that's still one of the biggest fighting games to date. So this game, I think, could possibly take the position of Smash. Let me know down in the comment section if you would want that, or if you think, there shouldn't be any platforms at EVO. Now let's talk about the seeding. I know this is what some of you guys want to hear, and basically what happened. So it all started off with this tweet, to my understanding. Scoreduringe, I don't know how to pronounce that name, but they tweet out EVO 2022 Tekken 7 top 48 seed. And it's a picture. You can see in this picture 48 players and their positioning. Now, I looked up seeding. I got two definitions just to make sure I was correct in what I'm saying. As far as placements in tournaments, sources say seeding is similar to gardening when you plant something in a specific spot. In sports tournaments, organizers don't want the best players / teams knocked out in the early rounds, so they seed the players and teams across the various legs to avoid that outcome. So basically, in terms of EVO, let's say in terms of Knee and Arslan Ash, they will put them on the farthest sides of the bracket because both of those players are pretty good and they probably will make it to top 8. I think that's kind of guaranteed. But you put those two far away, so once they do meet, it's in top 8, it's in top 20, it's in a heated moment, and that way a lot more people are watching. If people hear that Arslan Ash and Knee played at 10 a.m. on Friday, they're going to be like, what? But in doing so, in trying to, I would say, manipulate the brackets in such a way, people kind of felt like there was some favoritism being thrown around in there. One tweet from Speed Kicks I think kind of sums it up. The main priority of the tournament seeding is to create more fair results or save the hype matches for the final round. The results on this is kind of even. I voted 45% because it is a tournament, so I think fairness should be considered, but 55% wins it. It says hype finals. You talk about 220,000 people watching live Knee versus Arslan grand finals in 2019. That definitely factored into the seeding this time around. Reading some tweets from people. The first one is Knee. Why did the EVO bracket change? Isn't this confirmed? Me, Anakin Chikarin has changed. Now, I wasn't able to confirm how many times the brackets or the seeds has changed, but to my understanding, it's 2 confirmed, maybe 3. Little Majin says, Tekken seeding dilemmas. Let's see if it gets players into top 8 and first place at EVO. So he's basically saying everyone's doing all this complaining, but will you even make it out of pools? Cut of course kind of saying a similar thing. It says, I just want to play the game. I really don't want to get involved in any convo about seeding. Like legit, I just want to go and perform the way that I want and be excited about that. I hope that seeding thing gets solved for people. And thanks to the people who didn't try and say something about me being higher or lower when I just want to throw hands. There's 2 more, but you guys can pause and read that if you want. Now, to my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, what people took issue with is Anakin being first. I'll show the screenshot. So it goes Anakin, Knee, Arslan. Book is in Chikrin, Nobi, Gin, Always Honey, Rangchu, and Khan. JDCR is in 11th. Now, some people were saying Anakin being first is kind of favoritism. That was the thing that was changed. If you paid attention to that tweet from Knee, he said Anakin, Knee, and Chikrin. First, second, and fifth switch. I understand the concept of seeding, but when you're talking about top 48 seeding, I really don't know what's so good about being first place in comparison to second, third, maybe less matches. That's the only thing I can think about. You fight less matches, or maybe your pool is easy. Who knows? But Gerlanda says, are these seeds confirmed? How's it possible Arslan Ash is not number 1 seed? He's back-to-back EVO champ and has won every single event he competed in America. What else he has to do to get number 1 seed? No disrespect to Anakin, but Arslan and Knee should be 1 and 2. Spaghetti Rib tweets out a different list. These are the updated seeds for EVO. Looking at it, I can't help but think there are huge biases. The logic behind some of these placements is not consistent with looking at other placements. Some players are criminally low and others are too high. I hope this can get looked at. Now, maybe someone in the comment section can explain to me why being low and high is important. The only thing my mind can think of is less matches or easier pool. But in this list, Arslan's first, Knee is second, Chikrin is third, and then Anakin is fourth. Gin, Always Honey, Book, Nobi, JDCR is now 9th, Cuddlecore is 10. So they definitely went in and switched a few people around. Kaiser kind of takes the high road on a whole seeding dilemma, but he does tweet out the duality of men. And what it is on the left side is the tweet from Fergus. This list is so crazy, lol. Most stacked EVO for Tekken 7 maybe ever to date. On the right side, this is another tweet from Speedkicks. Not gonna lie, this is the most winnable EVO in a minute. To my understanding, Speedkicks retired probably 3-4 years ago, but I don't know if he actually will be here. That will be a treat to see him returning to the FGC and competing once again. Joe Crush tweet basically says Anakin gave him the advice. Just win. As long as you win, it doesn't matter where you're seated, where you're placed, you'll eventually get to the top. Others are feeling like EU is kind of being underseated. They're kind of being shafted in a way. You can pause and read those 2 tweets if you want to. Another response tweet from Gerlanda and Arslan Ash says, that's for sure. All the players in top 32 are potentially 1 seed in any other tournament, but in my own opinion, Arslan and Knee are on a higher category in compared to the other number 1 seed. Would it make more sense to make them meet in winners finals and create the rest of the bracket accordingly? Arslan Ash says, agree. Knee and I should meet each other in winners final if we keep winning. I like here how everyone is fully aware that Arslan and Knee is the main event. Everyone, it's like, how can you not be excited for that? We have been building up to this moment for almost 3 years.
Wanted to ask you, Pakistan got added as a region this year. I just wanted to see your thoughts on that because I'm sure it's something that means a lot to you.
For me, for all over the Pakistan community, and I am so happy that they are Tekken number 2 are back, so I will get a chance to play with Knee.
I don't know if this tweet from Junia is focused on the same topic of seeding at EVO, but it went up at the same time and is kind of similar. It says USA versus the world. FGC debates will forever be bullshit until America starts traveling for events. When 80% of the stuff happens on your home turf, of course you're going to get some wins. Why not bring up all the time NA players drowned in pools overseas or dodged completely? And I think there is some truth to that. Some of the most boring tournaments to watch is when there's only Americans. The thrill of the FGC is seeing people from overseas compete, Americans compete over, like, that's what's really cool. So when it's only Americans and EU, there's only so much hype you can get from that. Arslan Ash tweets out, now this picture isn't the same as the other pictures, but it says they changed the brackets. Thanks. And in this picture, you have Gin versus Chikrin, Arslan versus Nobi, Anakin versus Always. I don't know if this is like the actual matches or the brackets, but this is just what he tweeted out. So you guys can look at that for yourselves. I looked up this Shanny, I clicked on the profile to see who they are, and this is just like a ghost account. No name, no gamer tag, no nothing, but they say to Arslan, "Mark my words, you're never gonna win this," with a winking emoji. Arslan Ash says, "Noted." Now, what I think is interesting about this, all the drama and stuff aside, the past 2 years, everyone has been separated. We had online tournaments and there was a lot of people who showed up and showed out and made a name for themselves. In the past 2 or 3 events, we had CEO, we had Combo Breaker, we had the second CEO. There was some other tournaments, like 2 or 3 other tournaments throughout the year, but we had EU and Americans get familiar with fighting each other again. We had a few Pakistanis show up. When they did, they dominated, except for the one occasion where Kaiser destroyed. But other than that, it's been America, EU, and Pakistan. Now on the flip side, Japan and Korea, they've been isolated in their own region, battling offline tournaments non-stop. Even when the pandemic was going, they had these big pieces of glass in front of them and they were masked up and they were still competing offline. What I am interested in seeing is how can everyone adapt to the Koreans and Japanese showing up, because they have been absent for 2 years. So this is the first time where Ni, Chikarin, Rangchu, all of them, John Ding, are going to come back into the mix. It's really going to come down to who remembers what. It's going to be incredible seeing all of these scenes come together. But that's going to be it for my breakdown of EVO. Everything that I felt was worth noting. There's other little tidbits here and there. I would have showed you guys the screenshot, the tweets of other important things that I saw, but that's it. We will see if Tekken 8 gets announced. I don't know if it will. As of yet, Harada and Michael Murray has not said that they will be going. If they do, then I think that's when we get excited. But until then, I'm just looking for some heated matches and also that Street Fighter 6 trailer that Capcom was teasing. But that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Like and subscribe. Check out some of my other content, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.